Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Tron, and this is the story of Tron sending one of his friends to the hospital. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tron invited his friends over to his house. So, his friends finally show up to the house, and Mr. Tron says, "What do you guys want to do?" And they're like, "Let's go to the gym." Mr. Tron was like, "That's a great idea." So he goes inside and he grabs some pre-workout. He gives his friends some pre-workout, and Mr. Tron drinks some himself. The pre-workout is already kicking in. I mean, this stuff is intense. And one of his friends says, "Oh my gosh, I have so much energy already." And it was only like 10 minutes after they took the pre-workout. So they hop in, the best thing ever, the Foose mobile. When they get in the Foose mobile, this thing was spectacular. So they get in the Foose mobile and they're cruising down the highway and they're just jamming out to some music. And then finally, after driving down the highway in the best van ever, they finally get to the gym. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tron says, "We're doing biceps." There was no other option for that day. It had to be biceps. So they start doing their biceps and they're crushing their biceps. I mean, they have done bicep curls. They've done so many exercises for the biceps. But that wasn't good enough. Mr. Tron sat there and decided, we are doing negatives no matter what. So they decided to do negatives. And these negatives were the most brutal negatives that you would ever imagine. So then, it was over. The workout was just over. Their arms were slaughtered. I mean, they were destroyed. And then, all of a sudden, Mr. Tron's hanging out at home. And this was a couple days later after the brutal bicep workout. Mr. Tron gets a phone call. And his friend says, "I'm in the hospital." And Mr. Tron's like, "Why are you in the hospital?" He's like, "I can't move my arms." He's like, "What do you mean?" "I can't move my arms." Mr. Tron's like, "You can't move your arms?" He's like, "Yeah. Supposedly, we worked our arms out so hard, so intense, his arms got stuck in one position. So he was in there for days because he couldn't move his arms." I'm just kidding, you guys. Actually, it was the pre-workout. The pre-workout had an allergic reaction and he wasn't able to move his arms for days. But this was the story of Tron sending his friend to the hospital. Thank you very much.